Hello and welcome back to another video. But yeah, love it. Please go read it. It's basically fake dating. I am obsessed with this book. Arguably the biggest challenge. They don't even hint at it. It's just like blatantly like she went from hating him to liking him very quickly. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Hello, I'm Freya. If not, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another reading vlog, but this one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of just reading one book, we're going to read a few books and then put them all in one. There we go. The theme for this like reading vlog, the books I'm going to read, is fantasy, because we are trying to get back on our fantasy roll into our fantasy era. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm really sorry about like reflections. It's off the stars at my window. The first book we're going to be reading is 5 Broken Blades. I actually bought this today. I picked it up when I was in town because I've been wanting A, to get back into reading physical books, and B, to read a good fantasy. So this felt like a solid choice. To kind of elaborate on why I'm doing this, I've been reading a lot of like romance books that I finished in like 2 days, and they are good and I do like them, but I just want something with a bit more depth. So I think this is part of a series. I think there's 3 books in it. That might be wrong, but it won't be in depth as my June reading vlog, but I'll be giving you like summaries and short reviews, and yeah, that's the plan. Okay, first things first, what is this book about? I'm just going to read you the blurb because I feel like that's the best way to get across the book. The King of Yusan must die. The 5 most dangerous liars in the land have been mysteriously summoned to work together for a single objective: to kill the god King June. Each has tasted bitterness, from the hired hitman seeking atonement and the lovely assassin who seeks freedom to the prince banished for his cruel crimes. None can resist this sweet, icy lure of vengeance. They can agree on murder, they can agree on treachery. But for these 5 killers, each versed in deception, lies and betrayal, it's not enough to forge an alliance. To survive, they'll have to find a way to trust each other, but only one can take the crown. Let the best liar win. Tell me that does not sound so good. As you can see, I've already started reading it. I'm like maybe 5 chapters in, I'm not sure, but initial review, the chapters are so short, it's so nice, and there's like, I guess, all 5's perspectives. I think I've only had 4 so far, but it's so nice because you just get like a little snippet of each brain and then you move on. Loving that. I don't know if you can tell, but it is actually very late at night / very early in the morning. It's about 1 AM. My plan for this reading vlog was to do like mini updates as I read the book, but not like as much as before. Anyway, I basically binged the whole book in a day. I've got like 10 chapters left and I'm probably going to finish tonight. So I thought I should at least give you my thoughts before I read the last 10 chapters, so that there's actually something in this video. I am obsessed with this book. I think if you like 6 of Crows, which is one of my favourite books, you would love this because it is same vibe, same found family, same, yeah, so good. However, what I've just gathered is basically they all have ulterior motives. Like one of them was to destroy the crown, one of them was to take it for their sister. There's so many like different things going on, and I'm kind of confused, but I also kind of really love it. That's kind of all the thoughts I have right now, is that I am obsessed, and like I said, I'm probably gonna finish it tonight, and then tomorrow I'll give you a proper like review of my thought, but I just thought I'd do a little mini one now. Anyway, that's what I have to say. Apparently every clip I film at the moment is in my pyjamas. Okay, hello. First things first, we are going to talk about this book. Please excuse my no makeup look as well. It's Sunday evening. You just gotta deal with it. This book was my first 5 stars of the year. If that doesn't sum it up, I don't know what will. I think I said this last night, if you like 6 of Crows, you will like this. I am a 6 of Crows like till I die stan. I love it, and this was incredible. The book follows 6 different characters, 5 like assassin, spy type people, and then 1 who's kind of just like there. I don't want to give too much away. Yeah, I've not got much to say apart from the fact that I loved it and devoured it within 24 hours. I will be going to buy the next book tomorrow. I was going to go today, but didn't get there in time and the bookshop would have shut. So I'm going to buy probably the next 2 tomorrow because there is a second and a third. I don't know if it's a trilogy or if it's just, there's only 3 out so far, but it was the perfect setup for another book as well, without being too much of a setup book. Like, it had its own plot, it had its own story, and then the last few chapters just perfectly wrapped up and then made way for a new book, and I liked that. I thought all the characters were likeable, they were really easy to kind of get into, to know, and I thought, even though at first it starts with kind of like 3 different storylines, I didn't think it was that hard to follow. Again, that may have been because I read it all in a day, so I didn't have to like stop and regather. That makes sense, I just kept reading. But so good. My only criticism, I guess this vlog has spoilers in it, so I'll be honest. My only criticism is I felt one of the relationships between Sora and Tai, it didn't feel forced. It just felt, it felt like she went from hating him to liking him very quickly, and to me that's like, I didn't like that. Basically 6 characters, 3 relationships. The other 2 relationships I thought were alright. One was pre-developed, so like there wasn't much there. The one between Royo and Aerie, I thought it was good. Again, it could have probably had a little bit more build up, but I did like it, and technically they're not together, they're not like kissed or anything, so, though he did say she, anyway, not the point. And then, like I said, Sora and Tai, I just felt a bit forced for me at times. She literally went from hating him to supposedly like liking him in the space of like 2 weeks, and I don't know, that was the one thing for me that was a bit like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. The ending, incredible. I wasn't expecting it, and normally I'm okay at like sussing out who's gonna betray them and all that jazz. Could not figure it out, and I loved it because I liked how it made all the characters doubt each other, if that makes sense. Like, everyone seemed to blame someone else, and in the end it was kind of what no one expected, and I loved it. Anyway, the conclusion is such a good book. Please go read it. That is the author, and yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. Best book of the year. Okay, the next book we're going to be reading, it's a little bit different. Not really in its nature, but in the fact that we're not going to be reading all of it. This is my book club book, Girl Goddess Queen. It's a Hades and Persephone like retelling, and loving it so far. But I have to read, I'm currently on chapter 18, and I have to read 32 by Wednesday, so this is going to be the next book we read, but I'm only going to read chapter 32 because otherwise I've gone too far. Like I said, it's a Hades and Persephone retelling. I don't know if that makes it count as a fantasy. I'm very much enjoying it so far, so yeah, we've got like 14 chapters to read, so I'm hoping to get a bit of that done on the treadmill at the gym today, but we'll see. I have it on my Kindle, so I'm gonna read on my Kindle. Hi, it is me again. We're gonna quickly talk about Girl Goddess Queen. I mentioned earlier that I am reading this for book club, so I only had to read a certain amount of chapters, and I did in fact get to that marker. This is my marker, so I got there. I read it all on my Kindle, but I thought I'd show you the physical copy to kind of show you where we are in the book. This is what we have left, the book club. I'm really enjoying it. It's not, I don't know if I'd have picked it up without book club. We had to read from chapter 17 to 31. Let's just say I wanted to keep reading. I feel like that sums it all up. In the like 14 chapters, what happened? He proposed, she said no. She proposed, he said yes. They got married, and they have to like fake being together. Basically, it's basically fake dating. She's trying to hide from her parents and doesn't want to get married off to someone. So he was like, well, why don't you, marry me? Like, I'm happy with you here, you're happy here, I can protect you here. And she was like, no, why would I do that? And then she changed her mind, basically. There's obviously more to it, but that's kind of the rough what happened. I love their like friendship, relationship. I thought it wasn't too forced. It feels really like realistic. At start it did feel a little bit like he'd gone from grumpy to sunshine too quickly, but I don't hate it, and the more I think about it, the less I think that. Anyway, I think we're going to start to see, well, feelings have developed. I think we're going to start to see feelings like being shared and spoken in the next few chapters, and I'm very excited. Book club is on Wednesday, so I'll try and get a couple clips from them to go in with this. segment of the video, and then I can tell you where I'm reading for next week. But I just wanted to give you a quick little rundown. I don't know if this will appear in this vlog again because I don't know how long I'm going to be filming it for, but yeah, I'm really liking it. This is also on its way to being a 5-star read, which this video may just be 5-star reads. I love a fantasy, specifically a romantasy. Just wanted to give you a rundown, give you an update, that kind of thing. Little update in that I have a book club tomorrow. It's only been a week since the last book club, but we had to like squish them in because this time is slightly shorter. So book club tomorrow. I only have to read like 3 chapters. It's crazy, but I started reading them. I'm halfway through chapter 33 and I have to read up to 35. So I only have a chapter and a half left, which is kind of sad because I honestly could read this entire book now, and we are 71% of the way in. But I'm just loving it so much. It's so good. She's just been crowned queen of the underworld, and they're currently having a very like heart-to-heart honest discussion about her power and like how she is very powerful, but just the goddess of flowers. And like I said, I'm loving it. I will finish this tonight. I actually have uni in about 20 minutes, so I need to finish some things up and then go. But I'm gonna finish this tonight. I'll let you know and I will let you know my thoughts before book club tomorrow. I'm loving it. Anyway, I just wanted to update you with that. Hi guys, welcome to another update in this reading vlog. Apologise for like the lights are flickering. It's the stars hanging in my window, the sun, because we actually have sun for once, is reflecting off of them. So apologies if that is annoying. Also apologies for my hair. She's greasy. She needs wash. I've accepted it. I've just not done it yet, and it will be washed tonight. But I'm gonna film this clip now. So apologies. Let's continue talking about Goddess Queen. I actually only had to read like 3 chapters of this week because everyone else is kind of behind. I'm the only person in book club who's like on track, which is crazy, but it's such a good book. I honestly really recommend it, even if you're not a Greek mythology person. I think it's such a good read and I'm really enjoying it, so you should definitely give this a read. I'm currently on chapter 45, so about 77% of the way through. I feel like I said that the other day. But I'm loving it and I cannot wait to finish it. We're finishing it for next book club, which is in 2 weeks, so that won't be included in this vlog. So this is probably the last time I'll speak about this book, but just know that I love it and I cannot wait to finish it. Obviously this vlog has spoilers in it, you're probably aware of that by now. What happened? So much happened in the space of like 3 chapters. Persephone discovered she had this power, that she's the goddess of life. I think that's what she called it. Yeah, she's like realised she's the goddess of life, and she's just so powerful and it's so good. The only kind of thing missing now is the kind of relationship between her and Hades. Obviously they're married, but not like romantically, and they both clearly have feelings for each other. It's just waiting for them both to realise. So that's what I'm hoping happens in the last like 20% of this book. Plus I'd like to see Demeter come back, because she didn't go to, sorry that's really annoying, she didn't turn up at Persephone's wedding, so I want to see a bit of confrontation there. But yeah, love it. Please go read it. It's definitely like a 4.5, 5 stars for me at the moment, so unless anything happens in the last like 10 chapters, it's going to be a 5-star, I think. So please go read this book. If by the time I've upload this I finished it, I'll put on screen now like my final review, but I'm not sure if I will have because I don't know when this is going up. Hi, hello. I just wanted to come on here and let you know that I've chosen the next book we're going to read in this video, potentially the last one, because that will make it 3, and that was like a decent amount for a video. But the last one, arguably the biggest challenge, we're going to read A Court of Wings of Ruin. Now I have actually started this already. I'm like this far in. I've both read it on here and in here and on my Kindle, so I need to like line up exactly where I am, but I'm gonna read this because I just want to like so bad. I've been thinking about reading this for a while now, so this is the kicker I needed to read it. So this is our current book of choice. I'll let you know how it goes. And yeah, I just wanted to keep you informed that this is our next book. I'm so excited. Let's talk about it. As I said the other day, which is actually 2 days ago now, this is going to be the last book we read in this like challenge, and she is a chunky one. Let me figure out how many pages it is. She is 700 pages, which is terrifying, but I do love this world, and the previous books I did love, so I'm very excited. I'm currently on chapter 15. Like I said, I had already started this, so I tried to briefly recap in my brain what happened, and then I kept on reading from there because there was no point me rereading the first 10 chapters that I've already read. So the current place I'm at, again, there's going to be spoilers, is Feyre is back from the spring court. Yeah, also places in this book always confuse me. Feyre is back from the spring court. She's in Valaris / the night court, I'm pretty sure, with her sisters and Rhysand and Lucian is there. I don't know when it's going to die. They're basically currently figuring out their like war strategy, their battle strategy, because obviously there's going to be a big old war. We can all feel it coming. Okay, having a mini mic malfunction, so I'm just going to finish talking to you without it, even though I love using it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they're figuring out like battle plans, and they're talking about figuring out whether, is it Nessa or Nesta? Whether Feyre's sisters have powers that could be useful, I guess. And Lucian is very eager to meet with Elaine because he knows that Elaine is his mate, but Elaine is currently basically in mourning because she was supposed to get married next week and she doesn't really want to face anyone. That's kind of what's happening. Obviously there's more to it, more has happened, but that's like a quick pit stop tour of where I'm at. I'm very excited to keep reading this book, and I keep going to read it like just before I fall asleep, so I read like half a chapter and then like pass out, so I need to start reading it more in the day. However, I'm a busy gal at the moment. I've got assignments due and I'm going home and I need to pack, but all I want to do is sit down and read this book. So I think I'm going to do some work and then I'm going to get some reading done. So I will update you when that happens. Oh, the sun's just gone behind a cloud and now it looks so dark and depressing in here. Anyway, also the reading of this very much was inspired by Sarah J Maas's Call Her Daddy podcast and the announcement of Akatar 6 and 7. I hate that I've just said that. So I need to catch up by October because that's when the 6th book is coming out. Also need to read the Throne of Glass series and Crescent City. I don't think I'm gonna get there by October, but if these are the only books I read for the next how many months, you know why. I redid my hair and I felt very slick, like basketball kind of slick. We're reading. I'm obsessed. Anyway, I have like questions. Wasn't it like confirmed they were making a Akatar like film or TV show? Because I'm low-key like, how? And I have the same question for like Fourth Wing, because that's becoming a TV show. A, very excited, but B, how are they gonna do the bond? Like the fact that they can like mentally speak to each other, how do you put that on the screen? Anyway, I'm loving this. I literally still on chapter 17, but I just thought I could commentate my thoughts for you for a little bit while I read. I have to admit, obviously I'm like not like I was on book talk during COVID. Like I know so much about this series that I've not like read. Like I knew so much before it happened, not like everything obviously, but I knew that Rhysand was like the perfect guy. I had like hints that what was gonna happen with Tamlin was gonna happen. Like when it happened it was still a shock, and like when he turned out to be like a bitch I was still like oh shit, but I like had a hint. And obviously I know book 5 I'm pretty sure is Nesta's book, and I'm like 90% sure her and Cassian end up together, which I'm loving because it's like it's not even, they don't even hint at it, it's just like blatantly like, Feyre goes, why'd you bother Cassian? And he goes, because I can't stay away. Anyway, they're currently at a dinner with Nesta. Elaine's chosen not to come. That's what's going on. I love that. Amran says to Nesta, when you erupt, make sure it is felt across worlds. Surely we're just foreshadowing now. Like, surely we're just like hinting at what's gonna happen. I can't wait to be able to reread these with the knowledge that I will have. They're just like banter and dynamic as like a group, like Asriel, Cassian, Moore, Amran, Reese. It's just so good, and it's so like, it's not forced, it just feels so natural, and it genuinely feels like, obviously they have been friends for years, but like it feels like you've known that they've been friends for years, and like we've got that history when obviously we don't, so to speak. I'm really tempted to just like the spine. It's just so much easier to hold it like that. Joe, I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm gonna stop filming because otherwise it's just gonna be me like not talking to you and just absorbed in this book. So I'll get back to you when I have more to say, I guess. Okay, I will speak to you later. Hello. Hi. As you can probably see, I'm in my house, my home. Well, my parents live, that's a better way to describe it, for this clip. But I'm going to talk to you about this book right here. I had like 2.5 hours on the train yesterday, and for an hour of that I did work, and for the other hour and a half I read this book. So I started on chapter, it was like 17, and got to chapter 36. I loved it. So this is how far I am now. I boshed it out. Like, it was, I always forget how much I love these books until I sort of like start reading them again, and I'm like, why didn't I read it immediately? I'm still asking myself that, but loving it. And then we had about an hour and a half on the way back from Southampton today, and well, I was gonna say I spent the whole time reading. I actually was kind of talking for like half, but I got a decent amount in, and we're now on chapter 45. Oh, this lighting is gorgeous, and I'm 62% of the way in, and I love it. It is so good. Let me just explain what's happening to you. The bit I'm currently at is they're at the meeting. So Reese and Feyre have called all the like High Lords together, so like summer, spring, winter, all of them, autumn. And they're currently having a meeting about the war that's like definitely gonna happen, because obviously, and I just love it. I love Reese and Feyre's relationship. Obviously you get it, it's like development in the second book, but actually seeing them like happy together in this book is like, oh, it makes my day. Obviously we have Nesta and Cassian, which kind of just waiting to happen. Like, it's so gonna happen, and yeah, I'm loving it. Elaine is a seer, guys. I kind of like, you know when something gets revealed and you're like, yep, that makes sense, I should have picked up on that myself, but I didn't. But that made so much sense. Lucian's gone off to find the like long lost queen. It's just so good. I've missed this world so much, and reading it again is just making me so happy. Anyway, we're gonna keep reading for a little bit now, and I'll update you when something big happens, or when I remember, because I meant to film this clip yesterday, and it's now 6:30 on today. Okay, we've got the mini mic out because for some reason there are church bells going off. They've been going off for the last like 20 minutes, just like for no reason, so that's why I had the mini mic out. Let's talk. My final thoughts on this. Like I said, so much happened in the last, like, I don't even know what chapter I went from is the issue, like how far in I was when I read it yesterday, but let's recap. So obviously there's this whole battle between Highburn and kind of everybody else. I don't remember the last thing we talked about. Tamlin like agreed to help, but they're very much wary of him. They weren't gonna like fully trust him, which I think is fair enough. And especially at the meeting, he was very like dickish. When's he not? Especially with Reese and Feyre. Okay, so Feyre goes to multiple different people to try and kind of get them on their side, and the main one she goes to is whatever the flip his name was. I call him Rumpelstiltskin because he asked for our firstborn. The Carver. She went to the Carver to be like, "Will you fight with us?" Guys, I'm trying to edit this, going through like my summary final thoughts. Why is these the bits that I chose to talk about? Like I briefly mentioned the Carver, the fact that I call him Rumpelstiltskin, and that's it. Then I just move on. Please excuse the fact that I just don't know what I'm talking about. I just don't want to apologise because this is so scattered and so like incoherent. Then this whole like fight happens and so much happens. We get so many kind of sweet moments between Feyre and Reese because they both think they're gonna die and they're like, I love you, I love you. So there's so many cute moments there. There's lots of discussion about Moore and Ezreal. Is that how you say it? In the whole will they, won't they? What else happened? Ianthe made a comeback, which was terrifying. Not terrifying, but like, you know what I mean? She made a comeback. She tried to kill Feyre once again. She did kill the Surreal. I don't know how you say it. And then Feyre tricks her by sending her to the Weaver, and I loved it. It was such a girl boss moment, and I was like, yes, bring us back to the Weaver. Loved that. Again, lots of great recent. Sorry, I'm looking through my annotations. Lots of great recent Feyre quotes. Then we get Nesta and Cassian, and oh my god, we've been waiting for this. Okay, they're still not officially together, guys, but I fear that's going to happen in A Court of Silver Flames, which we'll get to that in a bit. But when the King of Highburn is in front of them, Cassian and Nesta, and then the king has Nesta and Feyre and Elaine's father, he like almost dies and she's protecting him and it's gorgeous. And then here we go, let's get on with the Cassian to Nesta quotes. So this is talking about Nesta. She threw herself to her knees before Cassian. Get up, she sobbed, hauling at his shoulders. Get up. And then he says, I have no regrets in my life but this, that we did not have time, that I did not have time with you, Nesta. I will find you again in the next world, the next life, and we will have that time. I promise. Why did I cry? I think I knew in my head that he wasn't going to die. Like, you would just kill off a character like that, but you couldn't kill him off. So I knew that he wasn't going to die, but I was like, what on earth? Basically confessing her love for her, his love for her. God, I can't speak today. And that was just adorable. Obviously, he survives it, she survives it. And now there's going to be the whole, we basically both like confessed everything and now we've both lived and all that. So I'm quite excited to experience that in the next book. And then we have what Reese says to Feyre, and oh my god, it made me cry. He says, I'd have waited 500 more years for you, 1,000 years, and if this was all the time we were allowed to have, the wait was worth it. And then I guess the final, sorry, I have my pyjama trousers on, bit I want to talk about. Reese dies. Why did I have no idea this happened? Like, why was I shell shook? Why did I cry? Why? I really thought he was dead. Spoiler alert, he survives, obviously, and Tamlin's little, I hope you're happy. Again, Loki made me cry. Cried a lot of this book. But he just died. And then the meeting one just like, she could feel it, and I was like, oh my god, and the world went crazy. I love it, love it, love it. I gave the book a 5 stars. Yeah, I didn't even write a review on my Fable because I didn't have the words or the power to write a review. I just gave it 5 stars and moved on. So that is the end of reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I can't believe it. Like, how am I supposed to move on from this? This, easy 5 stars, best book I read in this video. I actually went to buy the next 2 books today because I was like, let's just go buy them. I want to read them ASAP. Like, I don't want to wait this time. My works didn't have either of them, and I don't really want to spend like 10 quid per book. So I've downloaded them to my Kindle, and we're going to see if I can find them at a different works relatively soon, but if not then I'll just read them on my Kindle. But I'd quite like to have the physical copies. And yeah, that kind of comes to the end of this video. If you liked this kind of video, please let me know, and I will obviously make more. I can make a part 2 to this, I can make a different theme. Just let me know, comment down below, all that kind of stuff. Give it a like, subscribe to this channel, because I'm loving making all these videos at the moment and I want to keep doing that. And yeah, like I said, I hope you're enjoying them. Thank you so much for watching. I can't believe this video is finally ending. It's going to be like half an hour long. I actually sat editing it later, and I think it was on like 28 minutes, so it's a long one. I apologise, but again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.